Topsy and Tim at the biscuit factory. Topsy and Tim were staying with their granny. They were helping her to make biscuits for tea. They weighed the flour, fat, and sugar, mixed it with the lovely scotch, rolled it out flat, and pressed out the biscuit shapes. Granny baked the biscuits in her oven. She took them out when they were cooked, just right, not too pale and not too brown. "You are the best biscuit maker in the whole world, Granny," said Topsy. "I ought to be. I used to work in a biscuit factory." "What's a biscuit factory?" asked Tim. "A biscuit factory is where thousands and thousands of biscuits are made by machines," Granny told them. "May we go and see one?" asked Tim. "I'll take you to my biscuit factory tomorrow," said Granny. Next day, Granny and Topsy and Tim went by bus to Granny's biscuit factory. "Do they make penguin biscuits here?" asked Topsy. "Wait and see," said Granny. Topsy and Tim liked penguin biscuits very much. In the factory yard, they saw a container lorry delivering a load of flour. It was going into the factory through a big hosepipe. Inside the factory, there were huge bins where eggs, syrup, and chocolate were stored. "Are there taps to get it out?" asked Tim. "No," said Granny. "It goes along pipes until it gets into the mixing machines." All Granny's friends at the factory were glad to see her. They were pleased to meet Topsy and Tim too. Everyone in the factory wore clean white coats and hats. Granny and the twins had to put white coats and hats too. Topsy and Tim's coats were a bit big. They had to roll the sleeves up. "Hello, Mrs. Topsy," said Tim. "Hello, Mr. Tim," said Topsy. They went upstairs into the mixing room. Granny's friend Arnold was making biscuit dough in a big machine. "It looks like a cement mixer," said Topsy. Arnold stopped the machine and gave them a bit to taste. "It isn't cement," said Tim. "It's ginger biscuit," said Topsy. "I'm so glad," laughed Arnold. "Do you put the flour and stuff into the mixer with a spade?" asked Topsy. "No," said Arnold. "It's all done by computer." When Arnold's biscuit mix was finished, it was dipped into a big hopper. It came out rolled long, thin, and flat in the oven room downstairs. Topsy and Tim and Granny went downstairs and followed it along a moving belt. "Tim, come here and see all the biscuits," yelled Topsy. The biscuits moved into an oven as long as a railway train. Granny lifted the twins up so they could peep into the oven through glass windows. They saw the biscuits moving along and slowly cooking. At the end of the oven, the biscuits came out baked just right, not too pale and not too brown. Just like Granny's biscuits. On another belt, some biscuits were being coated with chocolate. "Are they penguin biscuits?" asked Topsy. "Wait and see," said Granny. "That biscuit is wrong shape," said Tim. "Well spotted," said Granny's friend Edna. It was Edna's job to look out for wonky biscuits and take them off the moving belt. The belt took the biscuits all the way to the wrapping hall. They went in one end of a wrapping machine and then came out at the other end in pink penguin wrappers. "We knew they were penguins," shouted Tim. All the biscuits were packed into boxes and carried away on trucks. ready to be sold in shops. Before they went home, the factory director asked Topsy and Tim to do a job for him. "Every day I have to taste our biscuits to make sure they stay tip-top," he said. "Would you help me today?" He gave Topsy and Tim a penguin biscuits each to taste. "What do you think of them?" asked the director. "Scrummy," asked Topsy. "Yummy," said Tim. The director gave penguin biscuits in a big tick on his wall chart. The director was so pleased with Topsy and Tim's help that he gave each of them a packet of penguin biscuits to take home. "You won't need much tea tonight," said Granny.